I'm going to make this abundantly clear. If you're waiting for a job, a relationship, a specific dollar amount, your environment to change before you feel stable, before you feel chosen, before you feel secure, or even happy, you're not being the conscious creator that you are. You're reacting to your 3D world. And this is what people mean by circumstances don't matter. There is an infinite amount of ways for your manifestation to come into your life. What helped me be more consciously aware of my 3D world, this doesn't mean to say that I don't have human emotions and I don't get sad or upset or frustrated. I just don't stay in those lower states of being for too long. And the reason is I know that I have the creative control to change my life. Now, this doesn't mean I have to go out into my reality and necessarily make things or force things to happen. I can literally just think of something and then it becomes my experience. And that is truly how simple manifestation is. And in today's video, I'm going to explain why circumstances don't matter. If you are constantly reacting to your 3D world, you are actually being controlled by outside circumstances. And I want you to almost think of yourself like sand underneath the ocean. No matter how much the water is moving up above the sand is stable. That needs to be you with your circumstances. This fly, I swear to God, I don't kill insects, but I'm about to kill this one. So let's start with something a little uncomfortable. Most people are in a mental contract with life. So it goes something like this. I feel happy when I get the money. I feel confident when I'm in a relationship. I feel my best when they choose me. I feel safe when I land the deal. Until then, I'm going to be anxious, I'm going to be insecure, I'm going to doubt my abilities, and I'm going to be restless. Sound familiar? This is conditional living. And if you're creating from this space, you're not creating from a space of power, you're creating from a space of lack. You're waiting for things to change in order for you to feel better. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be a much longer uphill battle if you don't work on your feeling state. This doesn't mean feeling states are the main focus of manifestation. I have had many manifestations come in when I wasn't feeling my best. But I think, this is just my opinion, to live a fulfilling and happy life, you should be creating from a happy state of being, even if your manifestation isn't in your 3D world yet. The honest truth is if you're waiting for things to change, if you're waiting for circumstances to be different, you're basically waiting for your external world to feel good, you're going to continue to experience the same set of circumstances because you're not making that internal shift inside of you. This is why self-concept beliefs you hold about yourself are the main thing that you should be focusing on, because when you focus on yourself, the focus is on you. When you're a slave to current circumstances and what you feed your constant attention to is what is creating in your life. One of the most powerful truths in mindset and manifestation truly is your circumstances don't matter. Things change all the time. People change their minds all the time. So many things are shifting and moving in order for you to get what you want, but you're so worried about how this has to come into your life. You're looking at an undesirable circumstance as something that is hindering your process when you could just as easily look through another perspective and say, wait, maybe this is actually helping me. This is actually if I'm always getting what I want, which is a belief that I suggest that you take on as your own, if you're always getting what you want, no undesirable circumstance is truly undesirable if you really think about it. This comes straight from Neville Goddard too. So if you are familiar with any Neville Goddard's teachings and a lot of other great teachers, I don't just come from Neville Goddard's teachings. I actually am speaking from my own life experiences as well. What does circumstances doesn't matter mean? It means the outer world is not the cause. It's the effect. Your internal world, your beliefs, Your energy, the identity you are assuming yourself to be, that is the cause. That is what's creating in your life. So when you're trying to fix, when you're trying to force, when you're trying to micromanage or fight your circumstances before shifting in your identity or changing the beliefs you hold about yourself, you're going to be working against yourself. You're basically going to be pouring water into a cracked cup. You're not changing from a core level. And this is not something that takes a long time. So what I challenge you after you watch this video, I want you to walk around like you already have your manifestations, because you do. I want you to become the version of yourself that already has it, because you do. I want you to stabilize your state of being first. So what does that look like? Nervous system regulation if you're not feeling stable. If you're constantly feeling the need to check, if you're feeling the need to force, you are not stable within yourself. The world literally will bend to match your state of being. And I'm not just saying that. It literally will. Can you be grounded now? Not when your manifestation shows up, not when things change, not when you get the money, but can you be grounded now? Can you be trusting now? Can you be secure and powerful and confident in what you're creating? And not only confident in what you're creating, but confident in yourself. Even with messy or perceived to be undesirable circumstances, even without the text from your person, even without the money in your bank account, when things look chaotic, that's the real test. That is where the mindset portion comes in. I love manifestation content. I think it's really great. It does lift people's spirits, but when it doesn't come from a mindset perspective, basically what people are doing are just slathering on affirmations and then not fixing the core problem that caused them to either be in the circumstance that they are now or to adjust within themselves before bringing something into their life. You can manifest anything you want. Anything. You truly can. I wouldn't be coming on the internet. I wouldn't make myself look stupid. You can manifest anything. But if your core beliefs are not rooted in self-identity, confidence, security, just overall happiness and stability with yourself, if you can't be happy by yourself without those things, when you get those things or whatever it is you're manifesting, you will naturally sabotage it because the identity that you are in doesn't match the new set of circumstances. Anyone can feel high vibe when everything's going their way. The real test when it comes to manifestation, and this is sometimes the mind of it all, you need to be able to handle circumstances with grace, stability, with not feeling like your world is ending, knowing who you are, and being able to be joyful and stable through it all. This doesn't mean that you're not going to have human emotions or you're not going to process things like a human being, but for the most part, you will start to see when you shift in who you are showing up and being each day. When that changes, the undesirable circumstances literally evaporate. I'm not even kidding. Or you start to view circumstances as helping you instead of holding you back. That's when reality starts shifting. When you can shift within yourself, when you can shift in the beliefs that you hold about yourself, so many things become so much easier. Manifestation becomes easier because you're more confident in who you are. Life becomes easier because you're more confident in who you are. Dating becomes easier. Making money becomes easier. When you're confident and rooted in self-identity, nothing can really knock you off balance because you're so stable within yourself. Your 3D reality is truly a mirror. And I know you've heard this many a times. I've said this in my content a few times. If you're waiting for the mirror to show you all of these things first, if you're waiting for good circumstances in order for you to feel better, you're going to be waiting forever. And I hate to break it to you, but you need to be the one that shifts first. I don't care what's going on in my outer world. And it's so funny because once I consciously made this decision, everything started going my way. For my YouTube channel, when I first started, I had like 22 subscribers or something like that. And I could have chosen to give up, chosen to not show up for myself every day, got defeated, and just stopped making YouTube videos because I wasn't feeling like anybody was watching my videos. But I didn't do that. I didn't give up on myself. And this is what I'm going to challenge you to do. I don't want you to give up on yourself. Keep showing up for yourself daily, even if it means just doing nervous system regulation. When you shift in who you are being, that is where the real magic happens. When you choose to perceive life differently, when you choose to show up differently in your world, that's when you start creating specific results in your life. You're always creating, but when you're down, when you're sad, it can feel a little tough to stay persistent with those beliefs. It can, because you're not seeing any evidence of it first. And I get it. The more consistent that you are with nervous system regulation and meditations and prioritizing your overall well-being, the easier this will become. I want you to stop telling yourself, when I have it, I'll feel better. Start asking, how can I feel good now, even before it shows up? What I like to do is I like to just go about my day, and people think it's delusional, but I really don't think it's delusional. I just walk around expecting the best. I walk around, if I'm manifesting something specific, knowing that it's already happened, knowing that it's already done. There's nothing else that I need to do. There is an infinite amount of ways for things to come into your life. Trust me. You're basically not going to be waiting on a client or people to feel worthy. If I hadn't gotten on here and I wasn't confident in myself before I saw my subscribers, what am I doing? So I want you to look at it from that point of view. Keep showing up. Keep being who you are. You've got this. You can have anything you want in your life. I understand you've been doing the affirmations, you're doing the meditations, you're listening to subliminals, you're doing your breath work, you're visualizing, you're doing all the things, and nothing is changing. I understand how frustrating that can be because I have been here. And then you immediately start thinking you're doing something wrong. Maybe it's not working. Maybe manifestation isn't real. Maybe I can't actually have what I want. Maybe I should check the 3D again. Maybe I should force this into being. I want you to stop. I want you to calm down. That's your old programming pulling you back in for survival. Instead of obsessing over what hasn't changed yet, I want you to ask, who am I being right now? Am I aligned? Am I trusting? Am I stable? Am I living as the version of me who already has it? Because when you truly shift your inner state, your reality has to mirror it back to you. You are the cause. The world around you is the effect. Don't give the mirror power. Don't give your circumstances power over you. You're not here to constantly react to everything. You're here to create, and to create from a happy, stable, excited state of being. Your creation starts inside. It starts in here. Your frequency is your power. Your identity is your foundation. Your state of being is the main thing that you should be focusing on. So next time your mind tries to tell you that you need to do something else or nothing is happening, I want you to give everything good meaning. And I want you to truly step in as the conscious creator that you are and remind yourself that you always get what you want no matter what's showing up in front of you. I want you to deliberately and consciously choose your state of being every day. And this gets easier as the days progress and when you actually shift in who you are. And you won't feel the need to force things. You'll just be living your life and your manifestations will come in and you won't really have to do much. This, even right here, is a manifestation. I'm sure somebody out there needed to hear this message and I just got the idea, made the video. Somebody out here needed to hear this. And if you've sat here with me all this time and listened to me yap away, I truly am so grateful for you guys, and you deserve the best out of life. It's fun to get on here and talk about manifestation, but this is your life that we're talking about. You only have one life, and I think you deserve to be the happiest, most stable, most abundant version of yourself, don't you? Focus on yourself, create good routines for your day, go for a walk outside, regulate your nervous system. Your life is meant to be enjoyed. You are right where you need to be. I love you. And if you stay till the end, it means the world to me. I will see you guys in the next video. And always remember to respect yourself, love yourself, honor yourself, and you deserve the best because you said so. Bye.